Yeah, so there are 35 lessons, and they're meant to be used in Sunday schools or small groups. They could certainly be used in homeschool or even in family worship um, for study, even personal use. Those are split into basically two focuses. The first focus is biographical. So you may have Sinclair Ferguson talking for about 18 minutes on John Owen. Who was he? Where did he live? More importantly, what were some of the things that he really emphasized? What were some things in his life that we can see? Oh, he made this choice here. He made it because of this conviction. Why did he do that? Why should I do that? So again, they're not just History Channel biographies. They're meant to inspire and push us forward. So you have J.I. Packer and on Richard Baxter, Joel Beakey on Thomas Goodwin, Michael Haken on Oliver Cromwell, Mark Dever on Richard Sibbes, and those are anywhere from 10 minutes to 15 minutes. And I should point out that it's some of the studies that we've done, there's a week one, and you do week one, and then you do week two, and you do week three, and it builds upon each other. But these 35 lessons, you're not meant to sit down and do week one and go all the way through week 35. You could do, but you could also go through as a minister or as the person who organizes the small groups for your church and say, I think these 8 would be really helpful
Oh,
for us to
interesting.
do in an 8-week series. You wouldn't have to you could pick from them. The other focus is, I guess, Puritan themes. So, for instance, you have Chad Van Dixhorn on the Westminster Assembly, or John Snyder on the Puritans on regeneration and conversion. And there's a whole series of these Puritans on. So you have Puritans on conscience from David Murray, or Puritans on marriage from Joel Beakey, or on shepherding from Bill Van Dudelwaard. And again, we realize that it's said so often that it just becomes a mantra, but there is no the Puritans on. We're not assuming that the Puritans are monolithic on these things, but if
Right.
you read them in general, this is the general theme that comes through that we think is helpful, and we should try to pick up and ask ourselves, could we learn something from that in our day?
Each of these is backed up by the workbook that Jeff held up for those watching on the video, but the workbook covers each of those lessons, gives more depth, but then gives a timeline for each of the biographies, and then reflection questions and discussion questions. But importantly, after each section there's a list of suggested resources for further reading. So
Right.
we don't just want people to leave it there. We're saying, okay, well, if you were particularly interested when Dr. Beakey spoke on the Puritans on marriage and family, then here are 2 or 3 resources that you could go to from here.